All right, so this is the lecture number 62 of DSA series, and inside the DSA series we are solving the problems related to arrays for now, and we have already done some sort of problems in the array like linear search and span of array and reversing and rotations of array also. So if you have like missed those videos, then I would request you, then you should watch those videos, because the problems are going to be a little bit difficult from now onwards. And today we are going to see the problem called inverse of an array, and we have already seen a problem related to this. It was like a little bit similar, called inverse of a number. So if you are messing with that, then you should watch that problem first, then come to here. And so let's directly jump to the problem. Fine, so we are going to see a problem, inverse of array. What is inverse of array? Let us say you have been provided an array of 5 size 1, 2, 0, 3, 4. Let us say these are 4 values, and indexes for this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Fine. So before this, I would like to mention one thing. There are some assumptions into this problem, and they are, so the first assumption inside this is, let us say you have been provided an array of 5 size. Take the like example of this 1, 2, 0, 3, 4 of 5 size. Then every digit from 0 to 4 will be present inside this array. That means we have this array of 5 size, then 0 would be there, 1 would be there, 2 would be there, 3 would be there, and 4 would be there. So this is the valid array, and let us say you have been provided with 4, 3, 1, 0, 2. This is also valid because every digit is in the range of 0 to 4 and no digit will be missing. This is the second assumption. No missing digit. Every digit will have to present once, like every digit has to be there and only in the range of 0 to the length of the array minus 1. Third assumption is every digit will be only once. No digit will be repeated. So there are 3 assumptions into this problem. So following these assumptions, we have to solve the problem. So let me explain you what is the inverse of an array. Let us say this is the array and we have to calculate the inverse of an array. Fine. So these are the indexes for these elements. Let us say, so what inverse of array is, let us say we have 5 size array as the result. So if 1 is existed at 0 position, so what would be in the inverse of array? Like here we have 1 on 0th index. In the inverse of array, we would be having 0 on first index. So indexes for this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Fine, let me explain once more. Here we have 1 at 0 index, and inside the inverse of array, we will be having 0 at first index. Like we are swapping these values like face value with the index. Let us take an example of this. We have 2 on first index. In the inverse of array, we will be having 1 on second index. This is the second index, and inside this we would be storing 1. Inside the 0, like second index, we have 0. Fine. So on the 0th index, we would be having 2. Let's take example of this. On the third index, we have 3. Like on the third index, we have 3. So in the inverse of array, on the third index, we would be having 3. No change here. Let us see an example for this. On the fourth index, we have 4. So same goes for this also. There will be no change here. So if it is confusing to you, let me explain once more. Let us say you have been provided an array 5, 2, 4, 0, 1 and 3. Fine. So these are the 6 elements. So size for this is 6. So you can see every digit from 0 to 5 is existed, and frequency is also only 1 and no digit is missing. Fine. So this is a valid array. Now we have to generate the inverse of this array. ARR dash, we have to generate the inverse. So firstly we would have to make the 6 size inverse blank array. Fine. So this is the 0 index 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fine. So there are 6 index from 0 to 5 inside the 6 length array. So here the indexes are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here you can see we have 5 at 0 index. So inside the inverse we would be having 0 at 5th index. This is the 5th index, we would be storing 0. We have 2 on first index. So inside the inverse we would be storing 1 on the second index. Same goes for this also. We have 4 on second index. So we would be storing 2 on fourth index. We have 0 on third index. So we would be storing 3 on 0th index. We have 1 at fourth index. Yes, we have 1 at fourth index. So we would be storing 4 on first index. We have 3 at fifth index. So we would be storing 5 on third index. So this is the inverse of given problem, which is you can see here. This is the inverse of this particular array, and this is the inverse for this array. So this is the problem which we have to do. There are three assumptions which we have to take care of. So input would be provided to you in this format only, like no invalid input would be provided to you. This question is from LeetCode, so I would not be solving this question on LeetCode. Rather than this, I would be solving this question on my local machine. So this is the question. You can take a look again, and if you are confused with this, then you can reiterate this video till here, so that you should not having any confusion. So the code is going to be very simple. Let me write some code. So we have already taken the input. This is the length of the array, and we have defined the array of n length, and here we are taking the n values from the user. Fine, nothing much till here. Now what we have to do, firstly we have to define an array called inverse of same size. Now we have to check for each element. So to check for each element in the binary search, in the linear search problem, what I told you, we have to write a iterative loop. So what we have to do, if let us say we have, look at very carefully, because this is going to be last explanation for this problem. Let us say we have 1, 2, 0, 3, let us say 4 here and 3 here, and the indexes for this 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let us say we are here, because we are iterating our loop from here. So we are 1 at 0th index. We are 1 on 0th index. So in the inverse of array, what we have to store? We have to store 0, which is the index for this. We have to store 0 on this index. Like we have to make this as index and this as the value for this index. Let me write so that you would be having more clarity. Inverse, let us say first calculate the index. Index would be ARR of I, which is the value. Fine. And the value would be I, which is the index. So inverse of index is equals to I. See it very carefully what it is doing. Let me re-explain it also. So let us say this is 0 and this is 1. Fine. So look at the condition which I have just written, which is very important. Fine. So we have, this is the value which is ARR of I, ARR of 0, which is inside this. So index contains 1 for now, and this is 0, which is I. So 0 would be stored on first index. That is the exactly point which we have discussed here. Fine. So nothing, I'm not doing anything change. I'm just doing that just the same which I have done in my explanation. We are storing index. Yes, we are storing index at the place of the value. Like you can see here, let us say here I is 1. So 1 would be stored on second index. So index is here ARR of I, ARR of 1 is 2. So inverse of 2 would be having 2, which is 1. Fine. So I hope this is clear to you now, and if not, then I would highly request you, then you should reiterate this video so that you should have more clarity on this. And after calculating the inverse, we just have to print it onto the user screen. Fine. So system dot out dot, we would use print method, not println, because we would be displaying them in like space separated. and here we have to write inverse of I. Let us run it. I am going to run it, and I would be executing this for this same output, which is 12034. Let us enter the size of this problem, like for this array. So enter 5 elements, 12034. So we are getting 20134, which is 20134. Let us run it for this also. 52013, 524013. So the length for this would be 6. 524013. 341520. 341520. That means our program is correct. And I know this program is a little bit tricky. Many people find this complicated, but the logic is just for this particular line. If it is not like getting in your mind, then this is the highly recommendation from my side. You can iterate this video either 2 times or 3 times, because I have seen people, those who are like who were not able to understand this problem, then they reiterate the solution or the video, then or the explanation, then they used to get the logic. Fine. So this is the recommendation part from my side. If it is confusing to you, then you can reiterate the video. So that's it for this particular problem of inverse of an array. And if you still have any confusion, then you can comment down below, or you can like comment down your suggestions also. If I have done something wrong, then I would repost the video also. And that's it from my side for this particular video, and we'll see you in the next one. Thank you.